Christopher Sanchez got the ball for Philadelphia and pitched very well, going 6 innings and only allowing 2 runs. And even though the Cubs made it interesting in the 8th inning, scoring 5 runs, the Phillies were able to close it out, winning the game and putting their record at 8-8. In the WNBA draft on Monday night, AZ Fudd is on her way to Dallas as the #1 pick in the WNBA draft. Fudd will make the most money that any #1 overall pick for the WNBA has ever made, with a $500,000 payday waiting for the former UConn star. Fudd was a national champion with the UConn Huskies in 2025 and looks to bring her winning ways to Dallas. And finally, the Yankees won a stellar game over the Los Angeles Angels 11-10 on Monday night. This game was a total show between the two future Hall of Famers. Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs in this game, as well as Mike Trout hitting 2 home runs with 5 RBIs. The Angels had a 10-8 lead going into the 9th inning, but the Yankees responded, scoring 3 runs off of Jordan Romano, including this run, a wild pitch to win the game for New York.
3-2, and it gets away. Here comes Caballero, and the Yankees walk it off. They win this one 11-10. Oh, what a game here in the Bronx, and what a way to snap a 5-game losing streak.
Audio presented by the MLB YouTube page. With the win, the Yankees now sit at 9-7 and in first place in the AL East. We're the best damn sports report for a reason. Listen daily at the top of the hour on 1077 The Bronx, online at 1077thebronx.com, and on Apple, Google Play, and Alexa for free. The best damn sports report is underwritten by B2 Bistro and Bar on Route 130 in Bordentown. Enjoy happy hour every Monday through Friday and all day every Sunday. Live from Rider University, I'm Nolan McCaffrey.
And it's out of here! And 1077 The Bronx wins again with the best damn sports report. To never miss a hit like that one, find it all at 1077thebronx.com/best damn sports report. And as the Bronx rounds home plate, we're getting back to the biggest hits and best variety on 1077 The Bronx.
1077 The Bronx and 1077thebronx.com. Winner of 3 2026 Intercollegiate Broadcasting Systems Media Awards for Best Down Air Pledge Drive for our first ever radiothon. Best giveaway for Wake Up Riders Morning Bagel Run and Jewelry Spree. And Best Station Poster by Jake Goble for Scream Screen. This is Talking to Town New York Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Putsu, sophomore sports media major here at Rider. We got a lot to get into today. Knicks lock up the 3 seed. Make it playing the 6 seed Hawks in round 1. Then Yankees snap a 5-game losing streak, get the W over the LA Angels last night. Another big win there. And Yankees, great win. I was able to be in the building for the game. Awesome win. But I'm going to save baseball for my middle segment because I kind of got to talk about, and I'm not sure if we're gonna fit it into these 13 minutes that we got going here. But I want to jump right into the Knicks today because, like I said, 3 seed is locked up, taking on Atlanta, who sits in the 6. And to any Knick fan that is afraid of Atlanta, why? I mean, outside of Jalen Johnson is a very good basketball player. He can grab a lot of boards for them. He does a lot for Atlanta. Outside of Johnson, I don't know how much they have. I mean, I really feel like the Knicks are just all around a better team. And this is a 5-game series at worst. I think it could even go 4. And the Knicks will get it done. I don't see a reason to be afraid of the Atlanta Hawks. If this was the Sixers, maybe, because a healthy Maxi's scary, but they have no Embiid, which is why they're likely going to lose to Orlando in the play-in that tomorrow night. But I'm going to get into the whole bracket and who I think is going to win in just a couple minutes when I'm done talking about this 3-6 series, because this is a really good series. Some are saying it could be the series of the Eastern Conference first round. I think it goes 5 games, and I think a lot of people get disappointed with how badly the Knicks blow this team out. I don't see any way the Knicks lose to Atlanta. Saturday, 6 p.m. is game 1. There's nothing to me that's going to stop New York from beating the Hawks in round 1. If Brunson plays his game like he's been playing his game, if Mikal can step up, you got no shot. Because if Mikal doesn't step up, you still have Cat, you still have Robinson, you got your bench guys, you have Kolick, yada, yada, yada. But if Mikal is able to step up in the first round, that is something that can really put the Knicks over the edge. Because if when he has games, he drops 5 or 10, they win, but they're close. If he can really step up his game, he can drop 20, 25 in a game. Not consistently, but maybe in 3 of the games in the series, he could drop 20, 25 points, and he steps up to the plate and gives you a few big threes here and there. Mikal's a key piece. And if Mikal can up his game, there's no doubt in my mind they win the first round. Now, second round, I don't even know who they're going to play. If it's Boston, I'm definitely worried. Boston looks really good. If it's Detroit, I'm even more worried, and I probably think they're going to lose. But I don't want to look that far ahead right now. I am worried about the Hawks. Well, I'm not worried about the Hawks, but, I just talked about how I wasn't worried about the Hawks, but I'm saying I am focused on the Hawks. Okay, that's better. I'm focused on the Hawks. That matchup starts Saturday night is game 1, 6 p.m. There's a whole slate on Saturday that is really, really good. So I want to get into it here. So let's look up the playoff bracket. Okay. So the bracket is set as we look here. So it's going to be, okay, so play-in tonight is 7:30 p.m. You get Charlotte, Miami at Charlotte. Charlotte is going to give them a beating. It's that simple. I love LaMelo Ball. I like Concanopoulos. I really like what they do over there in Charlotte, to be honest. So I think Charlotte wipes Miami tonight. Then 10 o'clock, Phoenix takes on Portland. I think Phoenix takes it home. So realistically, if Charlotte wins, then they play the loser of Philly and Orlando, which I think is going to be Philadelphia. I think Orlando overall, Embiid's not healthy. Embiid hasn't been healthy in months, and you're playing a really hot Orlando team that I think is going to beat the Sixers. Then the Hornets would play the Sixers in the second round of the play-in tournament. So this all takes place today, tomorrow. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. I believe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the play-in. Then once you get to the actual 7-game series, Nuggets are taking on the Wolves. Lakers are taking on the Rockets. That's the Western Conference. OKC gets the 8 seed, which is the winner of. Okay, so the play-in is a little confusing, but it makes sense at the same time. So on the West side, LA Clippers taking on the Warriors. That's tomorrow night. Hypothetically, let's say the Clippers win. The winner of that 9-10 game plays the loser of the Blazers-Suns game. So if the Clippers win and the Suns win, then the Clippers would play the Blazers for the 8 seed. But if the Suns win, they're in. And they're taking on the Spurs. If the Sixers win and they beat Orlando, they have to play the Celtics. So that's scary for Philadelphia, definitely. But personally, I think Orlando's going to win. Either team, whoever wins this game is going to lose to Boston in 5-6 games. And that's generous. It could be 4 games. Boston is a powerhouse. Boston is one of the teams that I'm actually decently afraid of in the Eastern Conference outside of Detroit. Boston and Detroit are the only two. And I know because they're the only two that are above the Knicks standings-wise, but I don't really have a fear for any other. I'm not scared of Cleveland. Toronto doesn't scare me. Toronto's been good. Toronto doesn't scare me. So, yeah. Cleveland, Toronto, that is 1 o'clock Saturday. So the schedule stands as it's Saturday has a big lineup. I think it's like 4 or 5 games. Yeah, so, okay. 1 o'clock is Toronto at Cleveland game 1. 3:30 is Wolves at Nuggets game 1. 6 o'clock, Hawks at Knicks game 1. 8:30, Rockets Lakers in LA game 1. And all these games, so the Raptors, the Wolves, and the Knicks are all on Amazon Prime. The 8:30 game is on ABC. But this is another, I don't want to say scam, but this is another way the NBA is teaming up with Prime so that you can give them money. Otherwise, you're not watching the first game of your favorite team in the playoffs. And now you're forced to buy an Amazon Prime subscription. Yet another way they choose to make money. But so play-in predictions, I'll give me Charlotte over the Heat. Give me Phoenix over Portland. Tomorrow, I like Orlando over the Sixers. I like the Clippers over Golden State. That's my picks. So, a lot of NBA to look forward to. Looking back at the Knicks games from this past week, they did lose to the Hornets on Sunday night, but they sat almost all of their starters. OG didn't play. Brunson didn't play. Hart didn't play. I don't think Macau played either. They genuinely had nobody playing in that game. Friday night, they beat the Raptors 112-95. Big win. This Celtic game was amazing. I mean, it was a huge game Eastern Conference wise, even though, the Knicks still didn't get the 2 seed. It was huge to establish that momentum of a game like that going into the playoffs because it was really a crazy game. And then Josh Hart goes out there, hits 2 massive threes at the end of the game to get it done. I'm looking it up here. But Josh Hart's 2 threes in the final minute. First one, it's 106-104. 106-104. It is... So it's 106-104. You've got just about a minute left, right? They're setting a pick and roll. That's another thing they've done really well all year is the offense has been running really well. The way Towns and Brunson are able to set those pick and rolls, I mean, they've been playing awesome. But here we go. It's 106-104. You've got 55 seconds on the clock.
Almost seems unworried by it, but I think it's a major problem.
Shot clock is winding down. Hart, jumper. Oh, yeah!
So, huge 3. That makes it a 5-point game. Now it's 109-104. You've got 42 seconds left in the game. Big defense comes up, right? Boston hits a big layup. Now it's a 3-point game. 106-109, and you've got around 15 to 20 seconds left in the game. Now, mind you, like I said, Boston just hit a layup. This is a 3-point game. Josh Hart, yet again. Here we go.
1 possession game. Brunson, swing. Hart, hot hand. Yes, sir!
Josh Hart coming in clutch yet again. Always finds a way, whether it's Hart, whether it's Brunson, whether it's, well, back when they had DiVincenzo, that was a huge game, game 2 against the Sixers, and a lot of Knicks fans remember that one. But a really, really big-time shot from Josh Hart, hits 2 huge threes to get the win over the Celtics. This was the game I was probably most worried about this week leading up into the postseason, and they get the job done, taking down the Celtics 112-106. They did beat the Hawks last Monday, too, by the way, by 3, in a game where Jalen Brunson had 30, in a game where OG had 22. And they're going to do that to the Hawks all series. And mind you, Josh Hart only had 2 points in this game. So if Josh Hart can continue to play like Josh Hart's played against the Celtics, Josh Hart played against the Raptors. He had a really good game on Friday night. He had that's the wrong game. That was Cat's game. Cat had 22. Brunson had 29. They got a big time win. So now we go into the postseason, taking on the Hawks. I see this series, going no more than 5-6 games max, and I see the Knicks coasting to the second round, where they would potentially play probably the winner of Cleveland and Toronto, or the winner of... Yeah, so we'll see who they get second round if we make it to the second round. We're not focused on that right now. We're focused on the Hawks series, and I don't think it's a lot to be focused on. I have a lot of confidence in this Knick team. I've had a lot of confidence in this Knick team all year. I think genuinely the only thing that is concerning is Jalen Johnson. And he's a triple-double machine. He's a really good basketball player. The guy can grab a lot of boards, but let's not worry about him. As long as you contain Johnson, the rest of the team's really mediocre at best, and the Knicks take this series in 5 games. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in my mind. I will come on here next week and apologize if the Knicks are not up 2-0 at least by the next time we do this show. So there you go. The entries have all been submitted for 1077 The Bronx first ever Build the Ultimate Bronkwich contest. The culinary team at Ryder Dining Services is busy evaluating each recipe in their test kitchen, and we are anxiously awaiting which students in their Bronkwiches will make the Magnificent Seven. Watch your Ryder email to find out which Bronkwich made the cut and which sandwich ended up on the chopping block. Then go to our Instagram at 1077thebronx.com to watch the IG reels from each of our 7 contestants. The student reel with the most views will make it to the Tasty 3. The Tasty 3 and Build the Ultimate Bronkwich finale on Tuesday, April 28th from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Cranberries. We'll be back with more Talking to Town New York sports after these underwriting announcements on your 3-time 2026 Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Media Award winner, 1077 The Bronx. When we get back, we have lots of baseball to talk about. Aaron Boone with some questionable decisions last night in that Yankee game, but they get a big win. They snap their losing streak. All of that when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
And Prometheus was punished for stealing fire from the gods. Epimetheus unleashed misery upon humanity, but a third titan, often forgotten to time, Bronchometheus, had a better idea. He stole something different. Ingredients. To the studios of 1077 The Bronx, he brought ingredients and said,
Go! Create the ultimate Bronkwich, one that hath ne'er been conceived of by the human mind. Create Rider University's new signature sandwich.
And that's precisely what the mere humans did. The gods looked down, not with anger, but with awe. From the masses, they chose the Magnificent Seven, tasking them to showcase their creations on Instagram at 1077 The Bronx. To weigh the scale, the gods decided that the only way to narrow down the best of the best, they would choose the 3 entries with the most views on Instagram and be left with the Tasty 3. And on April 28th, from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Cranberries Dining Facilities, the campus decides the ultimate victor. On top of eternal glory, they would be rewarded with a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 to the Bahamas, the Yo Cuz food truck at their next on-campus event, and their sandwich served at Muller's Pub and on the Yo Cuz truck. And for those requiring more information, the gods delivered 1077thebronx.com/buildupbronkwich to give you the gift of knowledge.
Do you wake up and feel like your mornings are just missing something? Certainly nothing worse than your coffee just not hitting the same. But there has to be something, right? Yeah, baby! Yeah, there is! Weekdays, you won't even need coffee. You'll be running on life's purest energy, all thanks to the crew at Wake Up Rider. Your favorite IBS award-winning college morning show is on every Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Not convinced? Let me help you out. You like music? Obviously you do. Bam! You like games? Of course you do. You like fun people? Duh. If you answered no to any of these questions, what are you, the fun police? And they have plenty more to offer. Wake Up Rider brings you season 9 of their usual antics, and what better way to start your morning than joining them? Unfortunately, spring break has come to an end, but if you need to keep yourself occupied, go to 1077thebronx.com and listen to all of their former episodes to give your days that pizzazz. And I'll cut you a deal. I won't even judge you if it's not morning when you listen. Just make sure you're listening to Wake Up Rider on 1077 The Bronx the second that clock strikes 8 a.m. on weekdays. So set your alarm.
1077 The Bronx campus traditions are underwritten in part by SGA, Rider University's Student Government Association. Hear ye, hear ye, an urgent message from the Student Government Association of the Rider Kingdom. Weekly Senate meetings make their triumphant return every Thursday at 11:30 in the morrowing. These gatherings are a time of discussion, debate, and the sharing of noble ideas. The association invites the student body to join the Senate gatherings at
with unconditional care. At Progressive Veterinary Care, Dr. T's incomparable, compassionate, and dedicated team of veterinary caregivers are there to help your pet live a healthy life. Their progressive approach to veterinary medicine and curbside protocol provides your pet high-quality medicine and service, and their pet parents peace of mind. For more information about Progressive Veterinary Care's commitment to pet medicine and your pet online, it's progressiveveterinary.com.
1077 The Bronx has very exciting news. Our new video stream is officially live. Now you can listen to The Bronx on air, online, and on app, and watch your favorite student shows live on The Bronx YouTube channel and Facebook at 1077 The Bronx, including What's Next Sports, Talking to Town New York Sports, Bronx After Hours, The Comcast, Cliff Notes, and Wake Up Rider. Keep it tuned to The Bronx to listen and watch your favorite student shows. Welcome back to Talking to Town New York Sports and your 5-time National Association of Broadcasters Marconi Radio Award nominated station, 1077 The Bronx. So, we are back, and I want to talk about the Mets last night. So, the Mets last night lose again. They get shut out by the Dodgers, losing 4-0 in that series. Mets are now losers of 6 in a row. Guess how many times they've been shut out in the past, I want to say, in the past 5 games, they got shut out 3 times. At minimum 3 times. And it's concerning. It's concerning because the offense isn't playing up to par. Mark Vientos stinks. Bo Bichette can't hit a ball to save his life. David Peterson loads the bases in the first inning with nobody out last night, and then somehow gets out of the jam. Like, good on him for getting out of the jam, but why are you putting yourself in that jam in the first place? I understand the Dodgers have a really good offense. I'm aware of that. I'm okay, and I understand that. LA has a really good offense. And they have one of the best baseball players, arguably ever, in Shohei Ohtani. And they have Freddie Freeman. And they have Max Muncy. And they have a lot of guys that can hit the ball pretty far. But at the same time, you load the bases with nobody out in the first inning. Now, you're in a position where you have to strike out the side, which he ends up doing. So, good on him. He ends the game with 7 strikeouts, which you think is good, but, in the process, he gives up 4 runs. He gives up an RBI, I think it was a double or a single, and then he gives up a 3-run shot, a 3-run homer to Andy Pajes in the 3rd inning, makes it 4-0, and that was that. So, definitely an issue with this Mets offense. I don't really know what I'm expecting out of them, but it's not this. I mean, you start off the season good. You're losers of 6 in a row. Sunday night, Peralta gets 6 strikeouts, but they don't get the win. They still lose 1-0 to the A's. They lose 2 out of 3 to Arizona. They get swept by Oakland at home. Mets are home in Queens. They get swept by Oakland. Now they go to LA. They lose game 1. The offense looks like it's awesome, which it is for the Dodgers, and you really don't have a lot of hope that they're even going to win a game in this series. And then after this series, they got to go to Wrigley and play the Cubs, who are kind of also on a skid. But come on, you can't get swept by Oakland. I mean, Oakland's look good. I mean, pretty sure they took 2 out of 3 from the Yankees too. The series before the Mets played them, when the Mets were playing Arizona. So I don't really know what I'm expecting out of this Met offense, but it's got to be more than what I'm seeing. Lindor's not hitting. Vientos isn't hitting. So much is going wrong with this Met offense. So let's talk about this game last night a little bit more. So, like I said, their 3rd shutout in 5 games. Edwin Diaz takes on his former ball club. He did not pitch last night. But Like I said, 7 Ks for Peterson, gives up 4 runs and 5 hits in the process. First 2 guys reach base. Mind you, first 2 guys in the game reach base without even having to lift a finger or lift their bat off the shoulder. Ohtani gets hit by a pitch. Tucker walks. And it's 2 on, no out immediately as soon as the game starts. And, now you're concerned. Now it's concerning because you're looking at it like the offense can't produce. The offense hasn't been able to produce. And now, at least you could say, at least we have the pitching, but the first 2 guys last night reached base without even having to lift a bat off their shoulder, and now you've got 2 on, no out to start the game. Kyle Tucker walks, Ohtani gets hit by a pitch, and it's 1-0 before there was even an out recorded in the game. And now there's no one out. The bases are loaded. No one out in the first. 3 straight strikeouts, ends the inning, gets out of the jam. Kudos to Peterson on that one. But then obviously, like I said, Pages hits that nuke, makes it 4-0 off the bat in the 3rd inning. And, the Mets just couldn't catch up. So looking forward at the Mets schedule, like I said, they have 2 more games with the Dodgers, I believe today and tomorrow. Yes, so today and tomorrow is 2 more games with the Dodgers. And if you're on the East Coast, it's not even worth, to be honest, it may not even be worth staying up for if they're going to continue this level of play. But tonight and tomorrow night, the first pitch is 10:10 p.m. both times. Then they go to Wrigley Friday, Saturday, Sunday for a weekend trip to take on the Cubs, who are also currently, I believe, 7-9. So kind of in the same boat as New York. But they go to Wrigley, then they come home. When we get on air next week, they'll come home Tuesday night next week to take on Minnesota. So they will not be home, they won't be home for at least another week. So it's important to at least take 2 out of 3 in this Cubs series. I don't know what you're going to do in this Dodgers series. If you can somehow snag 1 game from LA, that's awesome. That's great. And it would be a lot of help. But I don't think that that's going to get done, to be completely honest. I don't see it. I don't see it going down. And so I think the Dodgers sweep them. Then you go to Wrigley. I think you take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. Then they come home for Minnesota. We'll talk about that next week. But the pitching really hasn't been great. The offense has stunk. Let's be honest here. I mean, McClain has pitched okay. Peterson, yes, he got him out of a jam last night, but he gives up 4 runs. And mind you, the Mets get dealt last night by Justin Robelski. Out of all pitchers, Justin Robelski deals against the Mets. And yes, he only had 2 strikeouts, but he pitches a shutout through 8 innings. What are we doing? As a team, as an offense, this is why we're losing 6 in a row. Mendoza's on the hot seat. Mendoza is probably on the hottest hot seat he's been on yet, because Marcus Semien can't hit a ball. Because Jorge Polanco, yes, he had a hit last night, but overall, he really hasn't been hitting the ball. Robert has actually been one of the only decent pickups. Lindor hasn't hit the ball. Bo Bichette hasn't hit the ball. This offense is struggling, and these are all moves that Mendoza made to try and revamp this team, and they can't hit water if it fell out of a boat. You know how many hits they had last night? Guess how many hits the Mets had last night? Guess how many hits the Mets had last night? Genuinely. Because I believe it was only like 3 or 4. Oh, 3. They had 3 hits. They batted 107 last night. Right? Now they got to play the Dodgers again tonight with McClain on the mound for us, which is nice. But you got to face Yamamoto. Yamamoto, who's got a 2.5 ERA, who has 9 strikeouts against Mets batters already this season. As far as McClain, I love McClain. I think McClain's really having a great year. Excuse me. I think McLean's been having an awesome year. He is 1-1 record-wise, but I really, really like McLean. He's one of the few bright spots I can see right now. But, this is supposed to be a revamped team, but they're not playing like one. The offense is playing horrid. But moving on, let's move to the Yankees because I got the chance to attend Yankee Stadium last night. Was gifted some free tickets there, so that was, that was really nice. And got to see them snap the losing streak. The 5-game losing streak comes to an end. 11-10 is your final in the Bronx last night in a sick, wild game. First off, just being unlucky, being unlucky. I'm still waiting to get in the stadium. I got my ticket ready. I'm waiting at the gate. I hear a pop, and, whole stadium goes nuts. Look at my phone. Judge hits a 2-run homer off the bat. So, unfortunately, did not get to see that one, but I got to see the Caballero opposite field homer. That was nice. So, 2-0, right? Then it's 4-0. Caballero hits another 2-run homer. You're up 4-0. And I think like the second inning, which is really good. Then Trout comes to play, right? They tied a game up 4-4. Trent Grisham, with his first homer of the day, a 3-run, 355-foot short porch shot, makes it 7-4, right? Mike Trout with his second homer of the day, 7-7, right? Judge, solo shot. Judge hits his second homer of the day, 8-7, right? Angels getting RBI in. It's 8-8. Mike Trout with his second homer of the day makes it 10-8. Now it's 10-8. You've got Grisham at the plate in the bottom of the ninth. Grisham, who already, remember, hit a 3-run homer earlier in the game. He hits his second home run, and we tie the game up at 10. So now, being in the building is wild at this point because you're just watching a slugfest. I mean, it was 7 combined home runs in the game with Caballero hitting 1, with Judge hitting 2, Trout hitting 2, Grisham hit 2. Really a wild game that was, unexpected. No one really knew what was going to happen. And as great as it is to snap the losing streak in that situation, they did win off a wild. Let's not forget they won off a wild pitch. Okay, it was great to be in the building. A walk-off win is always going to be fun. A walk-off win is a win is a win regardless, but a walk-off win is always great, no matter how you get the walk-off. But it was a wild pitch, and guess who was at the plate? Ryan McMahon. I mean, it seems like this guy starts and ends every Yankee game. And, bottom of the ninth, nobody out. Aaron Boone thinks it's a good idea to put the bat in the hands of a guy that we know that can't hit the baseball and hasn't hit the baseball well. But let's put it in the hands of Ryan McMahon, to try and save the game. I mean, it's a really, really not a good decision there. He gets off last night because they did get the win. So Boone does get off the hook last night, regardless of that decision of putting McMahon in the game. But, I mean, just confusing. So, like I said, 7 combined homers, 11-10 win. But the bullpen, guys, the bullpen on this... excuse me. The bullpen on this team is not good. Warren goes 89 pitches through 3 1/3. He's got 89 pitches. He's forced to go out of the game, which I don't like. I think every starting pitcher should go to 100. Unless it's like really bad, which in this case, it was getting bad because it was 4-0 and he gave up 3 straight runs to make it 4-3 in the 4th inning. But then they go to the pen and they bring out Jake Bird, who stinks. Jake Bird is awful. Doval comes in, gives up Trout's second homer of the day. I mean, this bullpen just really did not pitch well at all. It hasn't been pitching well at all. They do get, I think it's Weathers on the mound tonight, unless I'm confusing the... It is. Okay, so Weathers is pitching, and Reed Detmers is pitching for LA. But, all right, so your lineup right now for tonight is Goldschmidt leading. Again, Goldschmidt led last night, too. Goldschmidt actually really didn't do much in the one spot last night. I'll tell you that much. I mean, what do you have? He was 1 for 2. It wasn't even an RBI. He had 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Angels hit 316. They got 12 hits. Yankees had 14 hits. A huge offensive game overall. But yes, tonight will be Ryan Weathers on the mound in the Bronx. And then Wednesday is probably going to be Heel. So your lineup tonight, Goldschmidt is leading off yet again. It's Goldschmidt, Judge, Rosario Stanton, Grisham, Grichuk, Austin Wells, Caballero, McMahon. With the opportunity to pinch hit Jazz at a point, with the opportunity to, have Bellinger get a few at-bats in there. Ben Rice actually pinch hit last night. Ben Rice came through. Shout out to Ben Rice coming through last night with a big hit. In a spot where, Boone chose to pinch hit him twice. Grisham, like I said, 2 home runs as a pinch hitter, hit 2 home runs because he got swapped out for Grichuk, because Grichuk went 0 for 1 in his 1 at bat. Grisham comes in, hits 2 homers, and gains 5 RBIs in this 11-10 shootout that was last night. So, big time win for the Yankees. But the problem is, I love that you snapped the losing streak. I don't like the way you snapped the losing streak because you did still have to sweat it out a lot. When it's 4-0 like that, and then you got to pull your starting pitcher because he gives up 3 runs in the 4th, and he's 90 pitches in through 3 2/3, 3 1/3, whatever it was. The bullpen's got to come in and save you, and the bullpen did not save, Will Warren last night. The bullpen actually gave up 4 runs after Will Warren left the game. Yanks did go back up 7-4, but then they tied it. It seemed like every time the Yanks ran away, Anaheim was able to tie it back up. But, hey, a win is a win. Am I happy with the way they won? No. But regardless, you'll always take a win. Again, they go back tonight in the Bronx, 7 o'clock. Ryan Weathers on the mound. For the Mets, McClain is on the mound. That game is at 10 p.m. NBA-wise, like we talked about, Heat taking on the Hornets at 7:30 on Amazon Prime. Blazers taking on the Suns, 10 o'clock Amazon Prime. So you got a good little slate tonight with the Mets and the Yanks. For the Philly fans out there, they won 13-7 last night. Sanchez had 8 strikeouts. They did not hit any home runs last night, I don't believe. Oh, they hit 2 home runs. Okay. Schwarber had a 2-run homer. Schwarber had 2 home runs. Okay, there you go. Schwarber had 3 RBIs, 13-7 win. Big time win for the Phils. Now tonight, again, 6:40 p.m., they'll get the Cubs. That'll be Aaron Nola on the mound for Philly tonight. So baseball is back in full swing, man. Yankees at 9-7, Mets at 7-10. Baseball is back. Baseball is here to stay. So exciting time of year with the NBA playoffs coming into the picture, NHL playoffs, which the Islanders did not make, unfortunately. We will get into that with the kind of final 8 to 10 minutes we're going to have after the break here. But big for baseball coming back. NHL, Islanders did not make it. NBA, Knicks start on Saturday. So we got a lot to look forward to. And we will talk hockey and we will talk more NBA playoffs when we get back. With over 500,000 views in the last 90 days, our social media is popping. Be a part of the trend. Follow 1077 The Bronx to see what we're up to on air and behind the scenes on Instagram at 1077 The Bronx and on TikTok at 1077 The Bronx WRRC. After you follow The Bronx on social media, sport The Bronx on and off campus. Gear up for summer by shopping the Bronx General Store. From short sleeve tees and polos to insulated drinkware for your acai refresher, go to 1077thebronx.com/shop the Bronx to make your campus fashion statement. We'll be back with more Talking to Town New York sports after these underwriting announcements. While you're waiting for the return of the show, don't forget to like and follow The Bronx on Instagram at 1077 The Bronx and on TikTok at 1077 The Bronx WRRC. Be back in a few minutes. We will talk NHL a little bit, talk about the playoffs, and see what's going on over there. We'll be right back.
Okay, it looks like we've landed on what the Earthlings call a college campus.
The mothership gave
The Athletics.
Welcome back to the Bronx Box Score here on 1077 The Bronx.
This is the Bronx Box Score. Welcome to the Bronx Box Score on 1077 The Bronx.
This is the Bronx Box Score.
It's all here on the Bronx Box Score, your weekly play-by-play for every slam dunk, home run, goal, and highlight that matters. Underwritten by B2 Bistro and Bar, Route 130, Bordentown. From bridal and baby showers to birthday and graduation parties, let B2 Bistro cater your next event. From the court to the field, we break down every game, every stat, and every jaw-dropping moment that keeps you cheering for our fellow Bronx. Plus exclusive interviews with players and coaches, behind-the-scenes stories, and expert analysis that only 1077 The Bronx can deliver. Whether you missed the game or just want the best recap, the Bronx Box Score is your go-to for all things Rider sports. Tune in Tuesdays at 5 p.m. with our sports director, Lindsay Scarola, or catch the latest episodes anytime at 1077thebronx.com/Bronx Box Score. Get in the game and stay in the know with the Bronx Box Score, only on 1077 The Bronx.
Rider University's 1077 The Bronx is underwritten in part by Capital Health. When it comes to your health, the world is swirling with information and unfortunately misinformation. COVID-19, cancer, heart disease, vaccinations, masks, childhood development, healthy eating, dieting, and exercising fads. What's the best way to evaluate and separate the truth from all of the myths being floated out there? The answer is Health 411, presented by Capital Health. Every Sunday morning at 10 a.m., Dr. Jonathan Karp and his special guests provide truthful health information to expand your knowledge and perspective. From preventative medicinal techniques to personal diet and exercise, Health 411 features candid health that will not only empower you, but inspire you as well. Turn misinformation into helpful information regarding your family's health. Don't miss Health 411 with our doctor, Jonathan Karp, and the medical staff of Capital Health. Health 411 is underwritten by Capital Health, Minds Advancing Medicine. Capital Health is the region's leader in providing progressive quality patient care with exceptional physicians, nurses, and staff, as well as advanced technology.
It's a new year, and NJ Back wants to remind small business owners that we're here with free, reliable help about growing your business. From registration and certification to funding programs or exporting, NJ Back, the New Jersey Business Action Center, a division of the Department of State, is ready to help you find answers to questions and solutions to problems. Use our live chat on business.nj.gov for free, confidential assistance designed to help our diverse business community. Chat with NJ Back today at business.nj.gov. Sponsored by the New Jersey Business Action Center.
Mornings are always better when you tune into 1077 The Bronx. Two-time IBS Media Award-winning Best Morning Show, Wake Up Rider, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10 a.m. Join Sophia, RJ Ellis, Brian, Lathan, Brandon, and Sheer for 2 hours of fun and games, including the Monday Morning Hangover, underwritten by McGuinn's Place, and the all-new Morning Bagel Run and Jewelry Spree, underwritten by Caesar's Bagel and Deli and Peroni's Hidden Treasures in Mercerville. Go to 1077thebronx.com/wakeuprider to listen live on air, online, and on app, and to catch up on past episodes. Welcome back to Talking to Town New York Sports on the Princeton Review's number 18 ranked best college radio station, 1077 The Bronx. So, Got about nine or so minutes left in the show today. I'll talk a little bit about the Masters. Rory McIlroy takes it home. Second year in a row. Obviously, golf has been kind of in the storylines recently because of the whole issues going on with Tiger Woods. But regardless, Rory McIlroy, his second straight Masters victory. Another great Masters weekend for all you golf people out there. Besides that, NHL playoffs. So the Islanders did not make the cut. The Islanders were very close, but they did not make the cut. So if the playoffs were to start today, there are no New York teams this year. You have the Bruins taking on the Sabres. You have the Lightning taking on the Canadiens. Carolina is battling Ottawa. Pittsburgh is battling Philly. So the Flyers did actually clinch. The Flyers did make it. So there's something to look forward to for the Philly fans. Because the Sixers are going to get bounced into play-in. Excuse me. The Sixers are going to get bounced into play-in. I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind. I don't know why people think that the Sixers are going to go far. Your main guy, your main center is never healthy. Tyrese Maxey isn't even the best point guard in his conference because Jalen Brunson is better. Not that Jalen Brunson is the best point guard in the East. I mean, I think that's like it's a debate. But overall, I think Brunson just does more than Maxey does. I mean, plain and simple. That's really it. Besides that, that playing game, I see Banchero and Wagner and that whole Magic team really having their way with Philadelphia tomorrow night and winning that game, moving on to play the winner of the 9-10 Hornets Heat game that is going on tonight. But I think the Hornets make it. I think the Hornets do make it, but then the Hornets are going to have to play. The Hornets are going to have to play probably either the Celtics or unless the Magic play the Celtics. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there. I want to talk about this Western Conference matchup too between Houston and the Lakers because I don't think the Lakers even get out of the first round anymore. You lose your main guy in Luka Doncic to a hamstring, and don't give me the LeBron's the main guy stuff because he's not. He's 41, bro, and he's dropped like 15 in his last few games. LeBron's the third option on that team after Luka and Austin Reeves, and now they got to play Houston with Kevin Durant, who's been red hot. And you think the Lakers are going to make it. The Lakers will never even make it out of the first round. And it's tough to see because the Lakers did look really good and they looked hot. But now they got to play Houston, and I think this is a 5-4 upset for the Houston Rockets. As far as the Nuggets and the Wolves, I like the Nuggets in I don't know. This is a really good series. I'm rethinking it now because this is a really good series. If Anthony Edwards can ball out, I think this will be really close. But I'm giving it to Murray and Jokic. I'm giving the Nuggets in either 6 or 7 games. Whoever the Spurs play, they're going to beat. Whoever the Celtics end up playing, they're going to beat. Cleveland, Toronto. I like Cleveland. I like Cleveland to get it done in 5 games. I don't think Toronto's that good. I think Cleveland is a better team. Knicks, Hawks. You guys already know what I said. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Write it down. Remember it. Don't lose it because you're going to come back and you're going to say I was right. Knicks are winning 5 games, no doubt about it. I think Brunson has a great series. I think Mikal steps up. I think if Cat can you actually use his size and not shoot from the top of the key every possession, then this is a really good ball team that is going to, run a scrimmage on this Atlanta team. And then whoever they got to play next round, we can worry about that next round. But, I think they run a scrimmage on this Hawk team. I don't see how they lose the series. I'm sorry, I just don't. If they lose game 1, you will not be hearing from me for a few days. Definitely be a little concerned if they can't get game 1 down in the books that Saturday night. And then, besides that, NHL, like I said, we had nobody make it. Yankees get the Angels tonight. We talked about that. Mets get the Dodgers. I think the Yankees can sweep this series. I don't really see a reason why they don't. They win last night. They look really good. Even though, LA did keep it close. I think the Yankees have a really good shot if the offense can stay producing the way they did last night with 11 runs in a really crucial game. They could sweep, and if they sweep, they're in really good position because their schedule, as we look at it, is obviously last night was the first game with the Angels. It's a 4-game series with the Angels, so they won last night. They play tonight, tomorrow night, and then Thursday afternoon. Then they're still home Friday, Saturday, Sunday against Kansas City. So if you can somehow sweep both of these series, you're on a 7-game win streak. And you're back, and you're 16-7 like that. Which is possible. I mean, I don't know if they're going to get it done, but it's possible. Besides that, then they go into Fenway for the Sox. That's next week. We will definitely talk about that rivalry because that's going to be the day of the show next week. So we will definitely get into that. But that's all I got for today. Thank you for listening to Talking to Town New York Sports. We'll be back next Tuesday. Forgetting what day it is. Next Tuesday at 3 to 4 p.m. Stay tuned for more of the biggest hits, best variety on the Princeton Review's number 18 Best College Radio Station, 3-time 2026 IBS Media Award winner and 5-time NAB Marconi Radio Award nominee for College Radio Station of the Year, 107.7 The Bronx. Let's go, Knicks. Big game Saturday. Let's get this win. Let's go. All right, we'll see you guys next week, hopefully with the Knicks up 2-0 in the series. That's what we're focused on. That's what we're going to get done. See you guys next Wednesday.
From Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, this is 107.7 The Bronx, WRRC-FM.
5-time Marconi Award nominee for College Radio